know. Let's see.
That's why. It's here on shot open.
Okay. This one, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Stephanie. Welcome. Can you hear us from Char's?
I can hear you really well, and now you can too, because
And I
I'm
can
not
hear
muted.
you. And then the guys are going to speak
We can
directly
hear
into the
you
microphone.
too.
Hi, Stephanie. How's it going?
Good. I just sent you an email that kind of outlined like a couple things from the food group, but I apologize for its tardiness. It's just we just had our meeting. I just came from it, so.
That's awesome. No problem. Right there. Well, we have a pretty short agenda. Now it should come in. There it is.
Did you get the bad microphone?
How's this one? Oh, that one's better. Yeah.
You're talking.
Awesome. Do you know if Rob is coming?
I do not.
He did. He sent the
Yeah.
financials, so that's all good.
There he is.
There he is, right there. 8. Ocho. Great graphic, says Jim. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, I thought that helped a little for seeing it. I've already gotten them. Oh, well, hello. That's a little livelier. I've already gotten a few responses from various candidates. No response yet from Char. Awesome.
I was working on a similar concept, key to key, do a little walk from Rogers Creek or something. And I started the buzz for that for Sunday. And then you have the brilliant idea to do the Tyee in the Somas Estuary for Saturday.
The whole weekend of.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get mine done, but congratulations for doing it. Yeah, excellent.
All right. Well, it is 6:01, so we'll start and get the show on the road. So we'll start by acknowledging we're on the unceded traditional territories of Sechot and Hupacheset and the Nuu-Chah-Nulth peoples, and we're very grateful for our ability to do business on their territory. I just have one thing under unfinished business, which is follow up on the fall fair. So I was thinking of your notes, Jim. Maybe you could send them around, either on the list or just to me, and I can try to put together some debrief kind of notes.
Okay, but maybe does anybody else have any ideas what we could have done better or different?
I'd love to hear what people think.
Yeah, don't let the city take our spot.
I thought someone might say that. Yeah. Stephanie, any thoughts? What could be done better next time?
I was like excited to see the participation there, like by volunteers manning the booth. And I mean, the bike was a major draw. I feel like sometimes the zucchini piggybacked on that. But yeah, I'd like to hear, I think, yeah, having it so that the bike valet was more, that portion of it is more visible would probably be good. But like I wasn't quite understanding where the original spot was, so I had no comparisons to make.
Yeah, I guess you weren't there when when we set it up. It was basically just on the other side where the bike was, the prize bike was. So, and then
Okay.
unceremoniously moved to the corner where really nobody saw it.
It didn't get moved. We moved it.
Yeah, well, yeah. It was.
We got called back.
Yeah. Also, a good thought that I think someone had was to connect with the fall fair and really get them to promote coming to the fair on bicycle. And there may have been an issue where I don't know in the past if they've actually not allowed bikes on the fairgrounds at all. But I think it was you, Jim, who said that you were told at one point at the gate that you're not allowed to come in with a bike or something like that. So
Yeah, the person at the gate wasn't going to let me in
yeah,
into the grounds, and I pointed out that the bike valet was a few feet away, and she let me in. And I think she understood I think she'd done it for a long time probably, and was operating under the previous ideas. Also, that's a great idea to get people to promote it, but I think we should promote it as bike secure parking and not bike valet, which somebody else made that point.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good point. Just to simplify it maybe for people so people know exactly what to expect when they come in. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Well, I think we all needed, except for possibly Cycle Alberni and AVTTS itself. I think everyone needed better signage, like a better, some sort of sign, because I don't think there was any visibility for any of the groups except those two.
Yeah, you're the group. The Ocean Friendly, your banner was awesome, which I think we should replicate with other groups if we can. Maybe a couple more tables to be able to spread out a little more so that we can sort of create that space to be able to get people to notice everybody. Because when you're so kind of packed in, then people don't necessarily realize that there's more than one thing going on. But certainly the bike, I mean, the prize bike, I think undeniably drove thousands of people to the booth. So putting that in the middle.
They were herded there by our
Absolutely
professional shill.
Yes, he did a fantastic job of getting entries into the bike prize draw and by extension getting people to the booth. So that was awesome.
Did you get a tally for how many entries by any chance?
I don't know. I don't think he's counted them, but it was definitely, he thought he gave out, he had 250 of those cards that he gave out. And that was just the ones that he managed to talk to and give a card to. So
I guess if he gave away 250 cards, that there was actually 1,500 people that signed up for the prize.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's great. And I mean the fair as a whole did really well this year. Apparently, it was their largest year ever. So So we were able to capture a bunch of that. So that's pretty awesome.
The other thing is if we only have limited volunteers, maybe a possibility is to have different groups focus on different days. So one day is ocean friendly and the next day is a food group or something like that. So that somebody doesn't, only if there's not enough people, but where we don't have to be all crowded in, and we can have a big each group can have a big banner, but not always every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Hi, Jolene.
Hello.
Nice to see you, or at least virtually.
Yes. Sorry, I'll put my camera on to show my face to say hi.
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 We're just talking fall fair sort of wrap up. Things we can do better. We had probably 1,500 or so entries into our little bike draw and stuff, so that was pretty exciting. Lots of stuff that we can do. Yeah.
I think it's pretty important that we have an earlier meeting with all concerned groups so that we can kind of plot out what the booth will look like, and that there's more time to prepare in terms of preparing graphics and printing and banners and such. And that, we can then have an idea of how many people will be contributing to the booth and what size the booth should be.
Yeah. No, that's good. It would be nice too if we had. I know they brought us power for the lights eventually. It would be nice to have power of some sort. We could potentially do more things if we actually had electricity. So that might be something that I'm sure we can ask them to bring an extension cord over from wherever they got the power from.
It was right to the gate.
Yeah, just at the gate there. Cool. Well, that's great. It was a great weekend. We had a fair amount of volunteers, and friends of Bird Street were there pretty much the entire time, and Sandy and the Nature Club and Cycle Alberni and Ocean Plastics and the food group, and so it was really good. Anything else before we move along? Cool. Upcoming events. So the only one I have under here for now, but anyone can add any if there's anything we've missed. Is the walkabout down at Tyee Landing on Saturday. It's at 2:00. So of course anybody who's in the Dry Creek group are encouraged to come and meet people. I sent an email out today to all of the council candidates. Come on in. All of the council candidates and regional district and school district. So I've gotten a few back already. Some are able to come, some aren't. So we'll see who shows up. But that'll be good, and hopefully some people in the public see the announcement in the paper. It's very small, but that's okay. You get what you get, I guess. And I think you put it up on, or both you put it up on Facebook. So hopefully you get some traction up.
I haven't dropped it into Alberni politics yet, but I will. Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, it's a big deal because OCP and the election and all that. So I'm sure there'll be some interest. Any other events?
Just under upcoming events, I discussed with you the possibility that transition towns might collaborate with ACA in inviting Guy Dauncey to come and introduce the ACA speakers series. And you seem to feel it was a good idea. I think it's a good idea. And I wonder if anyone else has any thoughts on that. So that would be the October 21st.
October 21st? Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Oh, yeah, our next meeting.
Our next meeting.
Right? Yeah, after the next meeting. Yeah.
And that would not take the place of the business meeting. It would be held after the business meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think that's great.
Oh.
Oh, it's Char. Great. Any other events happening before Christmas?
This one's not particularly, well, it's a webinar that's available. It's in the document that I sent you, Chris, and it's just a webinar on food insecurity in Canada, a stark reality. So the link, it will be available. It's on October 6th at 3 p.m., but free registration.
Awesome. Maybe we can put that out on the Facebook group, and I'll add it to the agenda when I.
And it should go out through the mailing list.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Please.
So subgroup reports, education and networking. Dan, that's you.
I watched a really engaging film this week called Living in the Time of Dying. And I'm not sure that I would recommend it for everybody. But as someone who's spent, the last 30 years engaged in this work, sort of more or less, like kind of sliding into it for the first decade, but pretty actively the last couple of decades. It's a perspective that we aren't necessarily winning. And essentially, it's not any reason to slack off, but there's a need for us to prepare ourselves for some pretty nasty things that are already starting to happen, that we're kind of deeper in the crisis than we have been led to believe. And if you're feeling mentally tough, I've posted a link to it on the blog. So fill your boots.
Steal